Well, well, well. Would you look at here? Wondering if I picked one up from that last drop I made. It's got a slow leak in it, so obviously it's got a screw or something in it. So looks like I'll be stopping and putting a new tire on it whenever. I guess Thursday morning when I get back on the road, I'll have to air it up and get them put a new one on it. Told y'all to have a pretty good video, so this is for y'all. Also, Cummins, this is for you. This doesn't hurt my feelings at all. This is how I feel. And it's my own fault. Don't get me wrong, it is my own fault. But this is how I feel about Cummins. A little warm, a little warm. Oh yeah, that feels so good. Anyway, I think I'll catch my drift. Like I said, it's my own fault. It's my own fault. But I learned a lesson. I learned a very important lesson. And I promise you, that won't happen again. But anyway. Oh, I do have a leak again. So they're gonna have to cover that shit under warranty. I was thinking it might have been a main seal, because I idled the truck one night and seen just a little puddle of oil. So I was thinking, okay, all the gaskets are new, shouldn't be a gasket. Maybe the main seal's leaking. Well, when you turn the truck off and it sits, there's no oil leak. So it's only leaking when it's running, which would tell me it's a gasket. So might have rolled a gasket or something. I know we did that when we changed some of the rockers and stuff on the truck. One of the gaskets was pushed out a little bit, allowing it to leak. I just had to pop the cover off, slide that gasket over, and then reseal it. So I'll have to take a look at it, see what it is. If it's something like that, simple, I'm gonna fix it, because I'm not even gonna try to worry about getting into Freightliner or anywhere else and having to wait on them to do it. So anyway, we'll holler at y'all later. Well, it's official. I am hold on, be there. We are officially broke. No, we just got done signing on the house, and that forces me to go back to work. It was a little sticker shop, but they set us up on a 15-year note. So 15 years, the house will be paid for and free and clear. But that monthly is a killer. Man, is it a killer. Anyway, we are getting back on the road in the morning, and got a load going from Laredo to Medford, Oregon. So, see how this plays out. I'll holler at y'all later. Good afternoon. It is Thursday morning. We are in Laredo. Been waiting to get loaded for a little while, about an hour and 45 minutes or so. They were on lunch when I got here. So anyway, we are supposed to be hauling transformers from here to Medford, Oregon. It's a pretty decent paying load, so curious to see. I've been kind of scoping the load boards a little bit on what it's like getting out of Oregon. So I don't know. I have to check into it when I get there. See what it's like. It doesn't look too bad right now. Looking at a couple hundred miles deadhead, possibly. But anyway, so I did pick up a screw from that place I delivered Friday. So that kind of sucked. It's in the driver's side steer tire. So I had to get that fixed. I found out you can, if it's in the crown, like an inch to an inch and a half from the sidewall, from each sidewall, you can patch it. It's got to be like a plug patch type, but I'm not gonna go that route. I don't want to risk it, so I'll just pay the money for a new tire and start fresh. I think, no, I don't believe that's my load. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I think that belongs to that guy. Should. So mount's a little rickety. Anyway, we'll be getting loaded up here shortly. Once they come back from lunch, they were on it. They got, I think, three trucks loaded in a matter of about 20 minutes. So I should be here pretty soon, or coming up here pretty soon. But had a nice time off. Got a lot done. Finally got the house signed yesterday. That's gonna hurt the pocketbook. So the way this the mortgage was supposed to be set up is it's through the local bank, and they don't sell their mortgage for their in-house mortgages. The way it was supposed to be set up was a 15-year note with a balloon. Scheduled, the payment was supposed to be scheduled on a 30, but it's only a 15-year with a balloon. And what you do is with the bank that I did it with, you don't have to come up with a balloon at the end of the 15 year, you go in and you sign an extension. And it would work out nice, because if I make extra payments or anything like that, then you only sign the extension for the amount of years you need. So you're not locked into a 30. But I guess something got crossed in the paperwork and they set it at a 15-year note. So, with no balloon. So at the end of 15, the house is paid for. There it is, folks. Just a bunch of transformers. Then I got a little X pattern on the back. I've kind of like that on anything. I mean, this technically I don't think you would need it. They're about 725 pounds a piece, so $14.50 with two together. But yeah, it's all done. I'm gonna hit the road. I gotta run back by the house to grab something. Luckily it's right on the way. And also need to work on getting this tire fixed. I'll probably try to do it tonight when I shut down, but we'll holler at y'all later. There's one weird thing. On the Raycon and the bill of lading, it says I have to get a truck wash before I show up. Not quite understanding that. I don't know, unless they just want the road debris sprayed off the transformers. I don't know, but yeah, I've never seen that before. You know, with the reefer I pulled, and you know, the dry van, dry vans you got to sweep out. Reefers have to have a washout in between loads. But first time with a flatbed where the Raycon and the bill of lading says must have a truck wash before delivery. But anyway, so I stopped by and scaled it. Luckily there's a scale like right at the corner from where I picked up. But I am 25,060 on my trailer axles and 15,860 on my drive. So I got about right at 5,000 to play with on my drive, and I'm 1,060 pounds over on my trailer. So I'm gonna take the last two, I'm gonna have them move it up on top of the top deck. That should transfer that 1,400 pounds to my drive axles, and should be good to go from there. Boy, state troopers have 35 locked down in between Laredo and San Antonio. I'm coming up to Cotulla, Texas, which is I want to say about 60 miles, 50 miles north of Laredo. And I guarantee you I've passed at least 30 to 35 state troopers. And I guarantee you it's not for the truckers. I don't know if y'all have seen any of the videos from South Texas, the Laredo area. It's been pretty rough. If you go check out, I think it's either Webb County Sheriff's Office Facebook page or LaSalle, LASALLE, LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, and check out their Facebook page and look at some of the videos that they've been posting on all the car chases from all the illegals and stuff like that. It's been nuts. Really, really crazy. Uh-oh, I got a state trooper on my butt. Anyway, I ain't worried about it. I'm in the process of passing on the left-hand lane. So. I'm good. So I'm coming through Cotulla now. I didn't notice it when I drove down, but there's two hotels. Well, there's quite a few hotels in Cotulla from the oil field, but two of the hotels that I seen on the left side or the west side of Interstate, the parking lot, both parking lots are full of Texas DPS officers, state troopers. So Abbott's got them down here putting in overtime, trying to help out. Like I said, it is absolutely nuts down here. My cousin shared a video on Facebook several months ago, but of them in Pearsall, which is about 100 miles north of Laredo. A dry van pulled behind a shopping center or something and opened the doors. Like, the dry van was full, slap full of illegals. He had a video he posted. This has been probably about 2 years ago now, but it was pretty cool. He was spraying a field. And he noticed, once he got done, he was headed back to the airport, he noticed a bunch of Border Patrol and sheriffs chasing this vehicle. And they were chasing him down a dirt road, and he noticed the gap between them. Said it was about a mile between the car, or the truck, and all the Border Patrol agents and everything, because that truck was throwing up dust. So they had to hold back so they could see. So he radioed in to, or either radioed or called in the sheriff's office dispatch and told them that he was going to point his wing at them. You know, let the officers on the ground know that, you know, to use him as a way of seeing where that truck is. And the truck ended up bailing through a ranch, tore down the fence and everything. So he followed them in to that ranch, and then when they stopped and bailed, he just basically tilted the plane and did circles around the truck with the wingtip pointing at the truck so the Border Patrol and sheriffs could find it. But they ended up catching a couple of them. Most of them got away, but that was pretty cool. He ended up getting like a certificate of appreciation from the sheriff's office and a few other things. Anyway, it's crazy down here. I think Laredo right now is the bad spot as far as people trying to come across the border. I remember when I first come down here back in 09, I think. So I took a management job with the company I was working at for the oil field. I had to go do a job in just north of Laredo. When I drove down, the emergency alert started going off, and it was clear skies. I was like, okay, must be a test. And they come over the radio saying, you know, to stay away from the border because some guys have been trying to snipe across the border at the Border Patrol agents and other people, you know, shooting across the river. That was my first impression when I got down here. I will say this, the Border Patrol, they're fun to mess with, because down here, when you're, you know, back when I was driving out the locations and stuff like that, the Border Patrol will pull up behind you and they will ride your butt for about a mile or two and then flip the lights on. You pull over, they walk up to the window, ask you if you're an American citizen, say yeah, and then they let you go. Well, the Border Patrol don't have any authority when it comes to like traffic violations or anything like that. So it got to the point where you basically, you know, played a game with them. Most of them would laugh about it. Some of them would try to be buttholes, but when they pull up on you, like I said, they will tailgate you 10 foot off the back, and you're doing like 60 miles an hour down the road. Well, whenever they'd come up behind me, I'd floor it, just take off. And they wouldn't put their lights on. They would catch up to you and tailgate you, even doing 90. So the old double foot on the brake, slam the brakes, brake check them, and then they'll flip the light on, pull you over. They walk up to your window. All they do, roll down the window. They say, "Are you an American citizen?" "Yes, sir." "All right, have a good day." Some of them, you know, we'd have a conversation and laugh about it. You know, they said it brought excitement to their day. They thought they were fixing to get some. I was told, though, never, when they walk up to the window, never say no, or say, like, you know, like one day I thought I was going to say, "No habla inglés." Yeah, you don't do that. Because then they said they'll, you know, you end up pissing them off. And they have the right to take you out of your truck or vehicle and tear your vehicle apart. Just to be a butthole. And then tell you, "Have a nice day," get back in their truck, drive off. Leave you with all your stuff on the side of the road to have to put back in your truck. And when I say tear it apart, I mean tear it apart. Like pulling everything out. Here comes another state boy. Anyway, I've talked long enough.